INEC clears air on electronic transmission of results in the 2023 general election after the hue and cry that trailed some reports indicating the election management body may be doing a U-turn on e-transmission. In some political parties, it seems the center can no longer hold even before the general election because there has been a general falling out of sorts. On some platforms, reconciliation is the name of the game, while on others, tit for tat has taken the place of chit-chat. Also on Political Update today, women are pushing for more recognition and placement in key positions in political parties. They say they have the PVCs, so just wait and see. I am Fisayo Ogunfuyi. Welcome. Let's start from the international scene. The stability of Chad Republic and indeed all Nigerian neighboring countries is in the nation's best interest. President Muhammadu Buhari made this comment while receiving the special envoy from the transitional president of the Republic of Chad, General Muhammad Idris Deby.
Chadian Special Envoy Bra Muhammad Dalla, who is the country's Minister of Public Works, is here to brief President Muhammadu Buhari on the forthcoming Sovereign National Dialogue scheduled for Saturday. He said over 99% of Chadians are interested in and taking part in the dialogue, including main rebel groups, while soliciting the support of Nigeria during and after the event. The envoy assured the Nigerian leader that the outcome would be respected and scrupulously implemented. President Buhari said relations between Nigeria and Chad transcend that of neighbors, as the late President Idris Deby Itno kept him constantly briefed on developments in the country. He described as impressive the ability of the present leadership of the country to stabilize the polity. The president said he would keep an ear to the ground, monitor developments closely as Chadians hold a national dialogue, promising the support of Nigeria in any form required.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, over the weekend reacted to an online publication indicating that the commission had jettisoned the electronic transmission of results and reverted to the manual process. A statement from the INEC Commissioner for Information, Festus Okoye, said this is not correct and should be disregarded. He stated that the procedure for result transmission remains the same as in the recent governorship elections in Ekiti and Osun states. He added that there will be no change in all future elections, including the 2023 general election. INEC reassured Nigerians that the electronic transmission of results has come to stay, as it adds to the credibility of and transparency of the process when citizens follow polling unit level results viewing, that is IREC portal, real time on election day. Meanwhile, INEC in Kwara has outlawed the erection of political billboards and pasting of posters by politicians before the 28th of September 2022, which is the official date for the commencement of campaigns for presidential and national assembly seats. The resident electoral commissioner, Atayiru Madami, made this known in an interview with the NTA.
Areas in Ilorin metropolis are already wearing political looks with posters and billboards of political parties. This, the Independent National Electoral Commission says, is an electoral offense before the commencement of political campaigns.
I've noticed that some people are branding their vehicle. That is campaign. That is Wayo campaign. And there is a penalty for that. So I've discussed with the Commissioner of Police, and I told the Commissioner of Police to ensure that he calls the political parties concerned and warn them, for at least for now, because they are contravening the law.
For now, according to INEC, consultations can be done, but no open campaigns. On the issue of collection of permanent voter cards, the resident electoral commissioner says the turnout is quite impressive.
They have printed out the names of all the uncollected PVC. You go there, you'll say they will ask you which ward, they will show you the ward. So they have compiled the names word by word, VIN number, your name. So once you identify them, it's easy for collection.
The forthcoming 2023 elections, according to INEC, will be free, fair and credible, as the elections in Ekiti and Osun were a litmus test for what to expect.
Meanwhile, the Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Osogbo on the governorship election in Osun State has granted the ex parte motion brought before it by Governor Adegbuyega Oyetola and the All Progressives Congress APC for a substituted service on the state's governor-elect. Senator Ademola Adeleke. Governor Adegbuyega Oyetola is challenging the outcome of the July 16 governorship election, which INEC declared Adeleke as the winner.
Sitting by the Osun Election Petition Tribunal commenced at the Osun State High Court, Osogbo, with two applications on the 11th of August by the petitioner, Adegbuyega Oyetola of the All Progressives Congress, APC. Counsel to the petitioner, Yomi Aliyu, a senior advocate of Nigeria, professed the court an ex parte motion to bring the application and argue it outside or before the pre-hearing session and substitute service on the second respondent, Governor-elect Ademola Adeleke, based on his inaccessibility when bailiffs attempted to serve the PDP candidate the notice of the petition. Aside pasting and submitting the notice to both the national and state party secretariats of the third defendant, PDP, as well as residents of the second defendant, Ademola Adeleke, counsel to Governor Oyetola prayed the court to allow notice of the court order be pasted on the court notice board.
We came here to get justice, and we know we are definitely going to get that.
Most of what we ask for is there are cases that are self-proven and it's document-based. So we did not envisage a lengthy period of trial.
The second application by the petitioner served the first respondent, INEC, seeking for the inspection of materials used in the conduct of the July 16 governorship election, especially the electronic scan of voters' register and ballot papers. The Justice Teresa Kume-led tribunal granted both ex parte motion based on substituted service on the second defendant by pasting the notice of the petition on the notice board of the tribunal in Osogbo. Following the substituted service, the second respondent, who is the governor-elect, has 21 days to respond to the petition.
Nigerian women say they will be the game changers as far as the 2023 general election is concerned. They say instead of noise, their PVCs will speak for them next year. APC Deputy National Women Leader, I was earlier in our studio. Segment. Now, a lot of people have said that women are the game changers when it comes to the game of numbers in any polity. And of course, that comes to bear also on the Nigerian polity. What will the women do in terms of applying their thumb on the ballot paper come the key elections which people are waiting for with much anticipation, talking about the 2023 general elections? We have with us Zainab Abubakar Ibrahim, APC Deputy Women National Leader of that All Progressives Congress, in the saddle for a number of months now after the National Working Committee was sworn in. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
A few days after you got elected into that position, you came to the NTA and you promised quite a number of things in terms of galvanizing the women.
Exactly.
How has your experience been? And we saw you on TV recently on the NTA going around some northern states.
Exactly.
Tell us about your interactions with the women. What are they saying and what have you been able to do in terms of bringing some change to the game?
Okay, thank you very much. A very good morning. After being sworn in, we swung into action and sensitizing women on the needs, most especially to own their PVCs. Yes, because politics is a game of numbers, and it is the number you bring on table that gives you the bargaining rights. Yes, and so we went on a tour of various states to sensitize our women, mobilize them, and make sure that each and every person owns, registers, and collects her PVC. And then we went ahead to sensitize them on the importance of voting for the right candidates, which of course we want them to vote back our party into power to continue and consolidate on the good work they are doing, and then that gives us more chance to be included when it comes to governance, because as we all know, the female gender has the most number when it comes to voting, and so we have achieved a lot after our sensitization activities. For example, we have a female candidate, yes, governorship candidate in Adamawa, and which is unprecedented. And then the number of elected candidates has also increased tremendously from what we used to have.
All right, let's. What are the women saying? What were the things holding them back before you galvanized this, initiative?
Yes, lack of sensitization and lack of confidence. The women have almost lost confidence in politicking. Yes, because we have the numbers, we go out en masse to vote, but when it comes to inclusion in governance and what have you, the women are left behind. But for the first time now in my party, the APC, we have at least 2 working committee members as female, and that gives them more confidence that women are being brought on board to what concerns them. Yes, and then in the last convention we had, 2 out of every 5 state delegates were made women, and that was something that was obligatory. Every state must submit at least 2 names out of 5 as female, and so that gave them more confidence to know that they are being carried along when it comes to politics.
In terms of the chances of a woman being the helmsman, because that's what we call of a state, are you galvanizing the effort to support the woman in Adamawa State, for instance, also being from the northern part of the country and the huge brick wall that she's trying to break? What is the momentum like, especially from women in that state? Have you been talking with them?
Absolutely. I want to tell you that she has already broken the brick wall. Yes, for imagine as the party flag bearer, which is a very, very difficult task, and she is a grassrooter, and she has been with her women, she has been carrying them along, she has been working for women, and I want to tell you that come 2023, women are ready to vote. In fact, they are ready overwhelmingly to vote in Senator Binani as the first female governor come 2023.
Okay, moving in the past, a lot of people say when you want women vote, get bag of salt, wrapper, some cubes of sugar and all this, and then get some good musicians so that they can dance. What have you been able to do so that you can ask questions before going to the polls?
I want to tell you that that has changed. Women are no longer going to be supporters. We are no longer going to be a supporting club figure. No, women are asking. We are asking each and every candidate to tell us what he has for us, what he has for the women in his locality, and that will determine. I want to tell you that will determine the support women will give him. We will not support anybody. In fact, all the candidates that have emerged are people that we have talked with and have assured us of what they are going to do for women when they come on board. And so women are no longer going to support anybody that will not include them when it comes to governance.
Members of the committee constituted by the People's Democratic Party to resolve the issues that arose in the aftermath of the presidential primary of the party, which saw a falling out of sorts between the party's presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar and his closest contender, Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State, are to explore the possibility of reconciling the 2 politicians.
Representatives of Atiku Abubakar's camp comprise of Governor of Adamawa State, Amadu Fintiri, Adamu Waziri and Eyoita Jegede, while those on Governor Wike's team include former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Bello Adoki, former Governor of Cross River State, Donald Duke, former Governor of Ondo State, Olusegun Mimiko, and former Governor of Gombe State, Ibrahim Dankwambo. Addressing journalists after the meeting, which held behind closed doors and lasted for about 4 hours, the governor of Adamawa State, Amadu Ventiri, stated that deliberations are ongoing to achieve desired objectives. He acknowledged the fact that Nigerians are waiting patiently for the PDP to clinch power in 2023. He urged Nigerians to be patient and express optimism that at the end of the day, the committee will broker peace and unity in the party.
I've met as leaders, members of the same political family, and we have open discussion, work in progress, and we will continue. At the end of the day, we will broker peace and we will unify the party and Nigerians.
Also speaking, the former governor of Ondo State, Olusegun Mimiko, noted the agreement by members of the committee to bring unity in the party. He hinted that the committee will meet again to further deliberate on issues that needs to be addressed.
There is no question about the fact that we have agreed that there is need for us to enhance unity within our party. This is a reconciliatory process. There are some issues out there which needs further deliberation. Then we meet again. It's a continuous process.
Recall that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and Governor Nyesom Wike had agreed to constitute the committee at a meeting they held in Abuja a few weeks ago at the residence of former Minister of Information, Professor Jerry Ghana, as part of the framework for the resolution of their differences.
Meanwhile, despite efforts by the PDP Reconciliation and Strategy Committee, the unresolved post-governorship primary election tussle that produced two candidates in Ogun State, it still lingers on.
The PDP Reconciliation and Strategy Committee had few months ago concluded the resolution of the decade-old crisis in the Ogun State chapter of the PDP between the groups led by late Senator Buruji Kashamu and Ladi Adebutu, with each of them instituting different court cases, obtaining injunctions and dissolving executives. There is, however, now a new twist with the factional governorship candidate of the PDP in the state for the 2023 election, Segun Showumi, not relenting to fight for the party's ticket. Addressing the media in Abuja on the ruling of the Court of Appeal on the matter, Showumi said, with the first victory at the Court of Appeal this Monday, he was confident of emerging the authentic candidate of the PDP in Ogun State.
What's the point? If every time you have to do a congress or you have to do a primary, we fall back to the same default position of some people sitting down in the corners of their comfort zone, taking money or whatever gratis they've taken, and then concocting that only one person is right. That is the fight.
The former spokesperson to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar in the 2019 PDP presidential election emphasized that for the health of democracy, political parties should have passed the stage where imposition of candidates would no longer be the order of the day.
Before we end the political update today, of course, it's not yet a campaign time, but it seems as if the presidential candidates are chomping at the bit, but they're already giving indications as to what they will use to convince the masses when the doors are open for campaigns. It was at the MBA conference.
The annual national conference of the Nigerian Bar Association is channeled towards advancing the legal profession in the country. With the theme, Bold Transition, the opening of this year's edition of the program set a perfect tone in readiness for the 2023 general election, boldly reeling out strategies for achieving a more virile and strong democratic practice in the country.
In this age when others are talking of artificial intelligence, when others are talking of nanotechnology or biotechnology, we need a leader who has the skill set, who has the understanding of the global economy to shepherd us in this age.
Any leadership, forget about parties, any leadership, whichever for a political party, it must confront these 5 issues. And I enumerated them. I said the unity of our country is very, very fundamental. The election you're going to have next year will not be about, remember, it is not about faith, not religion, not connection, not entitlement. question about character, competence.
The Nigerian Bar Association Conference presents legal practitioners with a unique opportunity to interrogate issues affecting the profession and the society. In Lagos, Kende Adede.
That concludes political updates. You agree with me that the season will soon be upon us, so keep on watching the Nigerian Television Authority for news, reviews, previews, and interviews. And don't forget, it is the political season, so play your politics for the greater good. Bye-bye now.